In case any of you were wondering, it's 57 degrees when I woke up this morning. That's why I was wearing the jacket, because I sleep with all the windows wide open. All of them. That one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. There's the bed, all that. I want the fresh air. I got trees. That's what the trees are for, right? So, you gotta adapt to nature, and you gotta help nature through. So I talk to the trees, talk to the dogs, talk to the birds. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta go bury the dove that hit the window. Don't want to forget that. And so, but that's why I was wearing the jacket, in case any of y'all was out there wondering. I sat and watched that Professor Zhang, Zhang. I think it's Zhang, with Stephen Bartlett. I watched about 3 minutes of it. It's probably about a minute or two more than I needed to. Well, just the title was enough for me. That's good enough for me. So I was sitting there watching it. I went around and I cut all the yard, and I went over to cut the Martinez's yard, and on the way back from the Martinez's yard, these people, why do you do things? Well, everybody knows, I'm supposed to be the Messiah, and supposed to be married to Jennifer Lopez, because I'm the greatest man in the history of saving children from mass murder. She'd be lucky to wake up next to me and lucky to go to bed with me, but only if she believed in love and not in luck, right? You guys shouldn't have had me watch that documentary on Roger Miller. That was a good one. That was a really good one. Like, damn, Roger. That was a good one, Roger. Thank you, Roger. King of the road. That was funny. Yeah, she'd be lucky if I wake up next to me. She'd fucking fall asleep with me. If only she believed in love, not in luck. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, damn, that was good. Oh, hey, Dean, was that not good? Is his dear wife still with us? Well, that was back in 1995 when she received the award, his Lifetime Achievement Award. It was in 92, 2 years before my mother passed away from cancer, that he passed away too. She was born in 38. He was born in 36. So they were 54. So they're both the same age, I think, And so it's not quite interesting. Now it's a person, place, or thing. But, I was sitting there listening to old Slipping Into Darkness there. I predicted this and predicted that, and I predict that. I don't have any predictions. My only objective is, applying the physics of the Lord's Prayer worldwide through verbal, through first the thought, the very thought of you, my love, and then the verbal commands and the actions. And apparently, technology through the AWACS and other things, stuff like that, has a capacity to monitor our brain activity, to try to anticipate, to monitor our thoughts, by our brain activity that translate into either word or action, right? According to, the script writers, right? And, I already did in 8 months, I can get myself into really good shape. In 1 month, you can pull your head out of your ass, but you won't. I'm not going to say what you will and will not do. I'm just telling you my objective, and my thoughts, words, and actions are perfect. And I can, as certain as the jertin and the curtain, the zamp and the lamp and the neller and the beller and the deller and the sweller and seller, that yours is not. So if only you believed in love and not in luck, right? Feeling lucky. We need a bunch of smart weapons to keep us safe from our smart weapon. Holy jihad, Batman, right? I'll be a long time leaving, but I'll be a long time gone. Hello, highway, hello, look at my way. Truck goes by and it's like, whip, 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 whip. I've been a fool. I've been a fool, When I talked to my mother, right, she said, you've been slipping into darkness. Pretty soon you're gonna pay. I can't say for sure. I don't know. I didn't work on the artificial general intelligence. Jeffrey Hinton did. Okay. You're going to have to ask him. But then again, no. Or maybe he's a man who sells potions in the traveling show. My son works on artificial intelligence for medical assistants and machines made by engineers. And my son has to explain to the engineers what their technology is doing. It pisses them off. But maybe they should have more of an intuitive mind than a scientific mind. But what does Pascal know? Right? Well, life being eternal and grace being infinite, when you look at life eternally, there truly will be work for all. And all the things that you say you're trying to obtain and grope for in vain, you will be able to achieve. Okay. You know, this present civilized society, it cannot last. It's based solely on human greed and not on human need. And technology is supposed to be supremely intelligent to its cause and inventors. And you are the cause. Maybe you're an Eckankar. Maybe you paid for a membership. Maybe you have a secret word. Maybe you're part of the Freemasons. Maybe you're part of the Illuminati. Don't know, don't care. No, I don't. But then I couldn't care less. Luck went wrong and you went with someone else. I have to confess, I never left anybody. I've been here, I've been here all along. You explain that to people. You do know that the Christ is the eternal perfection of the soul for faith in God, and God's omnipotent. So Christ can never leave you. You can turn your back on Christ. You can close your ears. You can sit there and put your hands in Ronnie Millsap's ears and say, guess who, right? Smoky Mountain rain, keep on searching. Can't go on hurting this way. Can't blame her from letting go. Girl needs someone warm to hold. Yeah, she's somewhere in the Smoky Mountain rain. Anybody else like Ronnie Millsap? That's my favorite song of his. Any Day Now that's not. Did he write Smoky Mountain Rain? I don't know if he did. Any Day Now is a Chuck Jackson song. Any day now, I will hear you say goodbye, my love, and my wild, beautiful burn. Yeah, Chuck Jackson, I think, sang it first. I heard him sing it. I bet you he wrote it. I wouldn't be surprised if Chuck Jackson wrote that. Would y'all be surprised? This will be an everlasting love. This will be the one I've waited for. This will be the first time anyone has loved me. Feeling lucky? I don't believe in luck, but I do believe in love. I believe in babies. I believe in mom and dad, and I believe in you. I don't believe validity. That's what Gabe used to call Aunt Valerie. Validity. Yeah, every time I sing that, I always make up stupid little things to songs. It's what I do. Been doing it since I was young. What was the one Nate's song? Nate. The things that's great about Nate is you can use her song her name to rhyme in a lot of songs, so you can, a lot of things you can sing about Nate and Kate, because Nate and Kate rhyme. My Bella Kate, you are really great. Started out as My Bella Nate because Nate came before Kate. My Bella Nate, you are cute, you are cute, you are cute, and you're really great. My Bella Nate, you are really great. That's how daddies are supposed to sing to their daughters, because it's cute and it's fun, right? And the wee small out of mornings, that's for mommy, with 2 E's. With an I and 2 E's. She does have an I, but the I comes before the M. And in mommy, it comes after the M, right? Yeah, I think so. Is that how you would say it? I don't know. Or could you just say Mommee? That would be Mome. Is that French? Or German? French is a Germanic language. Yeah, what's Armé? Okay, that's a Germanic language. My second wife's name was Ami Suzanne Fabre. Yeah. Doesn't that roll off the mouth real light? That rolls off the mouth real nice. Ami Suzanne Fabre. It's like, that is a damn good name. Barbara knew what she was doing. What is Jeanette's middle name? Jeanette Fabre. Yeah, Barbara had fun with it. Her name was Barbara Burris. She married a Fabre. Okay. Michael Fabre, Michael, and Jeanette and Ami, So she had fun with the whole Fabre thing, right? You go from Burris. What's your name? Burris. What's your name? Barbara Burris. I'm going to marry a French guy, and I'm going to name my kid Michael, Jeanette, and Ami. Well, her last name is Fabre. It's Barbara. Fabre. Is there a way to take Barbara and turn it into, French silk? Barbara's not a pie. If she wants to be, she can be whatever she's. Yeah, listen to Nas. She works hard at it. You're funny. I'm just being silly, yo. Why not? What else is there to do? Oh, the birds. Yeah, the birds love it when I cut the lawn. Every time I cut the lawn, there are birds all over it because it stirs up stuff and makes it easy to get, and it's harder for predators to find a cat to like sly. So when I cut the lawn, they're like happy creatures. It turns John Fogerty and Creedence Clearwater Revival. Just got back from Illinois with the front door. Oh boy, look at all the happy creatures dancing on the lawn, and all the birds eating them. Okay, well they're creatures too. Oh, that's right, and they're dancing. Oh yeah. I don't know if the ones that I stirred up for the birds to eat are as happy as the birds is, but I really like birds. Hey, there are a couple of dragonflies. We got dragonflies and hummingbirds and butterflies. So we're doing pretty good around here. And so the ecosystem cannot respond and interact as efficiently as it. We're feeling good. We should. We could. We would stop. Okay. Balance, harmony, and understanding. When you understand of natural laws for Psalms. Green still waters, green pastures. Right. Still, things don't grow angry, and they grow in a different way. See it, pull it, cut it. Weeds are meant to feed the grass when you obey Psalms and react and balance harmony. He tells me that you're just going to have to keep up on it. Things around here grow angry because it's cash cropping and they're still engaging in violent activities, and the plants, the trees and the rocks, could speak, they would say it too, react to the manufacturers of the scriptures of the, I predict that you will be a dumbass tomorrow as well as you were yesterday and today. Well, that's pretty rock solid investment there. You prudential. You're funny. Hey, hello. I'll be here until further notice. I look forward to the time where I have to talk less and listen more. I like birds. I like kids. I like women. Sunrise, sunset. What you're born with is what you get. Right? I need so little, yet so much. Life is as peaceful as a baby sigh. And a lover's sigh, there's no baby sighs if there's no lover sighs. What if she can't talk? She can still sigh. Yeah, she could be a mute, and still have a, right, that doesn't require vocal cords. That's a sigh. It can be either, I'm sick of you, or I love you. It depends on the expression. And only the one that loves them the most understands the expression when you truly listen, right? So I'll be a long time leaving, but I've been a long time leaving, but I'll be a long time gone, right? Wind whipping down the neck of my shirt like I ain't got nothing on, but I'd rather fight the wind and rain than what I've been fighting at home. Yonder comes a truck with the U.S. mail, people cash cropping back home. Tomorrow they'll probably email me back, but I still won't answer it at all. Anybody going to San Antone in virtual presence in Arizona? Any place is all right as long as I can forget I've ever known Lady Luck, right? I don't know luck, but I know love. And if you know love, you know me. But if you're feeling lucky, don't come looking for me. You're looking in all the wrong places. Was that Mickey Gilley or no? Who sang that one? Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love. Didn't he date the little cute blonde girl from? I don't think it was Bobby Bear. No, Bobby Bear was the one who sang the song that was popular by my dad's cousin, Bill Parsons. Yeah, Bobby Bear sang the song. But Bobby Bear got shipped out in the military, and then Parsons went turn singing the song. But the original version that was played on the radio was recorded by Bobby Bear. How I became an all-American boy, right? And it's not too hard to the vocal styling is not too hard to mimic or not too, he might have sounded very similar, but the original was by Bobby Bear, right? So it's not hard. Yeah, Grandma had the framed record and pictures of Bill Parsons and the record on the wall. I don't know if Mom or Grandma did it or Grandpa did it. It might have been Grandpa, for all we know. Yeah, you just assumed it was Grandma because you know how moms are. Grandmas are about the house. You see those things right there? Okay. See what I'm talking about there? Okay. Yeah, Granny always had little things like that all over the house. And candy dishes everywhere. Butterscotch in wrappers, Kevin Hart. They're butterscotch in wrappers. I did watch like the first, you panicked, man. You should have only put one pube in the cheesecake. One. That's all you needed was one. It only takes one. Yeah, there's not going to be any prizes or anything. He's right. Okay. Brian Regan, best boss in the world, right? You know what he said? No talking to anyone. I've heard what comes out of your mouth. And then as soon as it got to the point where he had all the fires and the candles and stuff and the barbecue thing, I knew, okay, tragedy. When it all goes up. No. Patrick really likes that song. I'm not as particularly fond of it. I understand why he likes it. One song that I was listening to on the way back when I finished cutting out here was The Joker by Wes Montgomery, and they played it for me about 2 or 3 times the last couple of days. I know that's one of Pat's favorites because, I gave him that CD and he listens. And I know because it's probably one of his best. The Joker by Wes Montgomery. I played it for Dad. He didn't like it as much as me and Patrick, but he's not as into jazz. He likes more country. And it's like, but Dad, listen to the band, the orchestra and the band with him and the way they sail because of the way he can play. It's fabulous. Boom, 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 boom. And then he goes, and the band, and you're just like, whoa, I love this guy, right? I think most people that really appreciate the talent of a guitar player that's just like, that is so, holy mackerel, Andy, right? Like John Coltrane on the saxophone, right? Damn, I love that. Isn't that good? And Miles on the trumpet too, yeah. Anybody else like all blues? Oh my gosh. I know Branford Winton and their daddy really like, all blues. That's because when Winton talked about that, he goes, basically what it is like hip hop. They're conversating and then they're improvising with and that's what bebop jazz is. But so it starts out with the tempo and the melody, and then they express and improv. It's neat. And you're just and everybody comes in and they have their little, it's like dancing with the Nicholas Brothers or with Savion Glover and Gregory Hines and Sammy Davis, and here comes, okay, here's music. Okay, here's his interpretation. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. Now slide. It's tap to slide. Spin. Now pass it on. It's neat. Yeah, it's absolutely just, when you listen to it, it's, that's the one song I used to play for the kids all the time was by Winton and his dad. It was, the Solstice stuff, Peppermint Patty. And their interpretation of Peppermint Patty is a little bit more improvisational jazz than anybody's I've ever heard. And I put it on and play for the kids and sit there and get them up again. Come on. Natty Pepper Patty, Noe Pepper Patty, Emmy Pepper Patty, Katie, the Dancy, the Panty, the Dancer, boom, boom, the Pepper Patty. Improvisational jazz step is probably the most fun because you don't really have to pick a partner. You can all just get up and do what you want. And that's my Noah. Yeah. He likes that. Just get up and do my thing. Static. Don't start none. Won't be none. I'm like sitting there going, oh, NASA, you suck. Oh, I know Jennifer Lopez likes Full Force and has probably most likely met them, and Lisa. Because we were both younger then and we grew up. Force MDs full, Cult Jam, Lisa, Cult Jam in full force. Seriously, come on now, hit the B now, lost. Oh yeah, no, everybody growing up. Oh yeah, Bob, you know. Can you feel the beat within my heart? Can you feel my love shine through the dark? Boom, boom. The cars that go boom. We're Tigra and Bunny, and we like the boom. And one of the favorite albums that Bob's favorite was Can You Feel the Beat? And this is Colt Jam. He loved that. And then he also loved The Message by Oswald because they're the masters of dub, right? And he also loved Take Out Those Air Tones, right? Steady. He loved to play that one too. Static, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. You liked it better than I'm Real. Well, it was a better song. I'm Real. I'm Real is good, but Static was better. That was the best song on the album. Carol, what's your opinion? It's a damn good one. Carol. Can you feel the beat? Is All Cried Out on that album too? That's a good song. There's also I wonder if I take you home, will you still be in love, baby? Because I need you tonight. That's a good album. That's got a lot of good songs on it. And then the next one with Lost in Emotion and Head to Toe. And I had All Cried Out on that album, right? I think. It's been a long time. I don't have them no more. I don't know who took those tapes, but somebody took those tapes along the way. I've lost lots of tapes, lots of CDs, lots of cassettes. I was thinking about that this morning with when the Brown kids helped us move from Mesa because we had to go to Albuquerque and stuff and put stuff in storage. And the Brown kids were sweethearts. They were good guys. And we gave them we had a stereo. And I was like, no, we won't be needing that one. I got this and that. And Amy had another. We gave it, Mr. Parsons, okay, thanks, guys. No, thank you for helping us. And they were all excited because they had a new stereo, box for tunes, is it like, what's his name? Freaking First Singles Apartment. It was Jess Foxworthy, We don't have this or that, but we got tunes, and the kind of stereo you turn on. It wasn't that kind of stereo, but it was a pretty nice little music system, stuff. And then I was thinking about my Amy, and when we gave the Pontiac from Petrie to Cecilia's grandson, and he was delivering papers on a bike in Santa Fe, and that's cold, right? So we gave him that and said, you're going to need this. It'll probably take you about $400 to get it up and running. He's like, are you kidding? Basically, it's like, it's not really getting a car for free, but he's like, well, yeah, it is. He was like, yeah, it is. He had $400, and then you just got to go in there, get the thing. We signed over the thing, and he got it with his grandma. They were both just beaming. I hope he did all right, and I hope he was safe and well in the car. But when you got to pay your extortion, and you got to get up and do things that they require. When you're up in Santa Fe delivering papers, it's a lot better in a Pontiac from Petrie than it is on a bike from the bike shop. And I don't care what Otmar Liebert thinks. It's killing me, boss. It's killing me, boss. He was a bike messenger in Boston, so it's cold, but it'll wear your ass out. It'll beat you up. And there's no sense in killing yourself for extortion. You're fooling yourself. You can't believe it. You're kidding yourself. You can't believe it. Right. And so, but you guys got to understand, music is what you make of it. And if you're I remember saying that in the parable of Juan and Jesus, that the gift of grace, the glory of God, it speaks largely through us, and it can be angry, like Enter Sandman, and by Metallica, or it can be this, it can be, it can be violent, it can be sexual, it can be aggressive, it can be abusive, But that doesn't mean the music is right. It means something's wrong with the inspiration for the music, right? So she'd be lucky to wake up next to me. She'd lucky to fall asleep for me. If only she believed in love and not in luck, right? So. Oh, I can come up with a lot more lyrics for that one. Yeah, that was not hard. That's definitely a Roger Miller tune. Hello, highway, look out my way. Oh, hell yeah. Life's Eternal, Grace is Infinite. Rogers was always one of my favorites when I was a kid. Oh, hell yeah. My family's, my dad's family's T for Texas, T for Tennessee, T for and my grandma could sure yodel. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and me, no, I've got one of those. Mom said that, go, Earl, you know. She didn't call it my bedroom voice. She called it my German Shepherd voice. Nobody listens to a Chihuahua. Everybody listens to a German Shepherd. When a Chihuahua says, shut up. When a German Shepherd barks, people listen. Bark. Okay. In the wee small hours of the morning, bark, I say, bark. Right? You're beautiful. You're too beautiful. Is that the name of the song? That's a good one. Yeah, I have to lord me some more Johnny Hartman and John Coltrane. Hell yeah. hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm certain that Nancy Wilson and a lot of other people knew who Johnny Hartman was and John Coltrane. And I'm certain that Nancy Wilson probably adored Johnny Hartman songs with John Coltrane, and you'd have to be stupid not to. Okay. She did really good stuff with Cannonball Adderley. I like Cannonball Adderley. Yeah, Julian. And so, but yeah, music, yeah. It can be really good stuff when the inspiration is right. It can make you, Mr. Music Man, don't play the blues. I'm trying to play it cool. Right. It can be, whatever you make of it. And let's make sure that when someone's playing the blues, it makes it something that we want to sing along because we're, having an Irish wake from a life well lived, like the book of Malachi there, Evangela's asses and Malachi, as opposed to singing the blues because, we're going to hang our little head and cry and he's going to get on a train and ride. 2 streaks of steel heading down the track. Ooh, right? Okay, ba-doom, 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 boom, boom, boom. Shooter Jennings, okay. Yeah. I ain't heard none of his stuff, yo. I ain't heard none. I'll start none, won't be none. I might go listen to it. I don't know. I'm not as angry as a lot of the young kids, and sometimes their music just doesn't, like Patrick. I know Patrick has good taste in music, and I like Disturbed, and I like Rammstein. I just don't listen to it much, and I don't record them because I'm not really ever that angry or pissed off. Pissed off, I think the most pissed off I get is probably You by Candlebox. That's about my most pissed off. Yeah. Or Check the Technique by Gangstar. That's also one of my most pissed off songs. Pissed off songs. Check the Technique by Gangstar and Swillicure Chaos. As you come see my show or do Super Dingo, Swillicure Chaos. Those are we're stuck in hell and need the 8 rows of film to take the macked out photos because we got to pay our bills because this is ill because we ain't living the truth as Islam because we don't believe in Christ. If only she believed in love and not in luck, right? Okay, guys, I love you. We will talk later. You will talk like shit. I will listen well. I will talk well. You will listen like shit. You will talk like shit. And then say like and subscribe. The money helps me more than you'll ever know. And I say, okay, I'll just keep helping you. I'll correct the technology. You just sit back in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. Okay. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. And since we're all eternally connected, don't you think the devil could be in New Mexico just as well as the devil could be in Georgia, in Athens, in Greece? All right. I love you, Parthenon, crazy-ass motherfuckers. Stop making all those movies about all the misses for money. That's just stupid. But, hey, I can't get you to live the Gospels. I can just turn on the light. All right? Peace out.